Little Fingers by David Johnson. Here's David to tell you how he came to write the story.
Like Kerry in this story, I've always loved to take things apart. My father was an electrician. His shed was full of tools and electrical parts. Mum said they were junk, but to me they were treasure. One of them was a broken projector. It's never easy to fix things properly. Over the years I found that signs or sayings like "look for a simple fix" help me to think. Some of these sayings are written on Dad's toolbox in the story. My parents always let me ask questions about how things worked. Perhaps that is why I became a scientist.
Every toy Kerry owned ended up in pieces. She loved to take things apart. Screws were made to be undone. Knobs were made to be pulled off. After she'd undone every screw and looked inside at all the parts, Kerry lost interest. Days later she would try to put it all back again. By then, a part was nearly always lost or broken. Her big brother John made her stay out of his room. Once she had borrowed his tape player. Later, when he turned it on, 2 knobs fell off. The volume was jammed on high. The loud music woke everyone up, and John got into trouble. "Keep your little fingers out of my things," he told Kerry next day. The TV had lots of little buttons. Kerry played with them one day. For a while, the TV showed only the cartoon channel. It took her dad a very long time to fix it. Kerry's dad was a repairman. He fixed big machines. 4 signs were printed on the lid of his toolbox. Look for a simple fix. Fix it with the right tools. If it's not broken, don't fix it. Fix it with no parts left over. "Can I come to work with you?" asked Kerry. "Next weekend," said Dad. On Saturday, Dad was going to fix a machine in a factory. Kerry went to the factory with him. There were rows and rows of humming machines. "I need to think hard today," her dad said. "Just sit and watch, Kerry." Kerry sat down. Dad looked and looked at the machine that wasn't working. Then he scratched his bald head. "I can't find anything wrong," he said at last, "but the machine won't start." "Can I help?" asked Kerry. "Sorry," said Dad. "This is a job for a big person." But it wasn't. Kerry read the signs on the toolbox again. Then she looked hard at the machine from all sides. At the back of the machine was a sign. It said, "Do not turn off." The switch below the sign was turned off. Dad smiled when she showed him. "What made you look there?" he asked her as he turned the machine on. Kerry pointed to the first sign on his toolbox. "Look for a simple fix." "Well done," said Dad. On the way home, they stopped for an ice cream. "I want to be a repairman like you when I grow up," Kerry told her dad. "Then you'll need lots of practice," said Dad. "I'll find something for you to begin on." Kerry's eyes shone when she saw what Dad had found for her. It was a machine with a handle on the side that turned lots of wheels. The handle was joined to the motor by a rubber belt. On the front of the machine was a round glass window. A door on the side opened to show a light bulb. Best of all, it was covered in screws. Kerry had no idea what it was. "This is a very old machine," said Dad. "It's called a projector." "What does it do?" asked Kerry. "Mum and I used to watch our home movies on it," said Dad. "It has been in the garage for years and it doesn't work anymore." "Can I fix it?" Kerry asked. She was very excited. "You can try," Dad smiled. "And if you fix it by next Sunday, there will be a very special surprise for you." Dad plugged in the projector. He showed Kerry how to turn it on. The light bulb did not shine, but the motor worked. It turned the wheels and the handle. Kerry picked up a screwdriver. "Always be safe," Dad warned her. "Pull the plug out before you do anything else, unless you want fried little fingers." Kerry turned the projector off at the power point and took out the plug. She tried to undo a screw, but her screwdriver didn't fit. It scratched the paint. She thought about the second sign on Dad's toolbox. "Fix it with the right tools." Her dad gave her a special screwdriver to use. It was such fun that Kerry undid all the parts of the motor. Her dad saw the motor parts on Kerry's desk. "Do you remember the third sign on my toolbox?" he asked. Kerry did. "If it's not broken, don't fix it." It took Kerry a long time to put the motor back together. One small part didn't seem to belong anywhere. She put it in the bin. Then she turned the projector on to see if it worked. There was a loud bang. The lights went out. Smoke rose from the motor. Kerry's heart raced and her face felt hot. Dad gave her a hug. "It's okay," he said. A safety switch turned the power off, so no one would be hurt. Kerry looked at the last sign. "Fix it with no parts left over." She got the part out of the bin. Dad showed her where it belonged. It stopped the power wires from touching each other. Outside, her brother had finished putting new brakes on his bike. He raced off. "John!" yelled Kerry. "You've left a nut behind." "Yeah, and it's called Kerry!" her brother yelled back. A few seconds later, there was a crash. Kerry and Dad ran out to look. Kerry gave John the nut. "I think you might need this," she said with a smile. Every day after school, Kerry worked on the projector. No matter what she did, it still didn't work. There was just one last thing to check. The light wouldn't shine. It might be broken. "Take the bulb out and shake it gently," her dad told her. "If it rattles, then it's broken." Kerry's little fingers unscrewed the bulb. She pulled it out through the tiny door. She shook it, and it rattled. Dad smiled. "You found the problem," he said. The next day was Saturday. Dad took Kerry to a shop that sold projector parts. They bought a new bulb. Kerry screwed it into the projector. It worked. She was so excited. She had fixed it in time. What would the surprise be? On Sunday, Kerry and Dad set up the projector in the TV room. A movie shone on the wall. It was a movie of Mum and Dad's wedding. Today was their wedding anniversary. Mum and Dad looked so different. Kerry turned to her dad. "You need another sign for your toolbox, Dad," she told him. "What sort of sign?" he asked. Kerry smiled. She pointed to Dad's bald head. One that says, "Fix it without pulling out your hair."